The Artemis missions will not only send humanity back to the moon, but it'll create a formal, ongoing lunar presence. With a moon-orbiting space station known as the Gateway, and a base on the moon's surface. Artemis I launched back in November of 2022. This uncrewed flight was a test of the Space Launch System's rocket and the Orion spacecraft, and was the first phase of many before we set foot back on the lunar surface. The Artemis II mission will use the SLS to propel Orion, now with a crew of 4 astronauts, around the far side of the moon. A journey of over 1 million kilometers, taking over 10 days to complete, and potentially launches this month. Now, not only is this exciting for humanity, but it's of particular interest to us here in Canada. Did you know that only American astronauts have ever been to the moon? Well, that's about to change, as Canada is about to become the second nation in history to have an astronaut in lunar proximity, as Canadian Space Agency astronaut Jeremy Hansen travels aboard Artemis II. Canada is actually heavily involved with the Artemis project. A Canadian company has developed lunar rovers which will be deployed to the moon's south pole to search for water ice. And Canadarm3 will not only help the orbiting lunar space station Gateway to load and offload large payloads, but it'll actually help in the construction of Gateway itself. So let's assume that Artemis II launches within this window in the next few weeks. What should you expect to see? After the SLS launches Orion into space, it will then jettison its booster rockets in multiple stages, leaving the Orion and upper stage to orbit Earth, ensuring that all systems are working perfectly. This will include manual handling of the Orion craft by the astronauts on board. Once the upper stage has been ejected and the tests are complete, after 2 Earth orbits, Orion will undergo a maneuver known as translunar injection to slingshot around the Earth and head off towards the moon. This journey will take about 4 days and will take them around 7,500 kilometers past the far side of the moon. And using Earth's gravity will begin a 4-day journey home. Over the course of their journey, astronaut health will be monitored and studied, something that we haven't been able to do this deep into space since the 1970s. And perhaps most inspiring, the crew will see parts of the far side of the moon that have never been seen by human eyes.